As Brian mentioned, we want to dive now for the next 20-25 minutes very deep into audience targeting. As our customers, you probably are familiar already with our app, audience targeting app that you can download on the marketplace and enhance your portals or your digital platform with specific audience targeting. And I'm going to talk about that, how exactly we improved it and where we're going to be going with this in the next couple of months and also in the future and what is possible already today. But first of all, I want to talk to you, why do we even think this is important? Why is audience targeting important at all? And when we talk about audience targeting, it's really to reach your customers, your clients, your users on a very personal and engaging way, so they like your content, so they purchase your product, so they click and use your services. Well, the first reason is really that everyone is different. Everyone in this room is unique. You have your likes, you have your dislikes, you have your tastes, you have a certain age profile, you have a certain body build, and so everybody is different, and so are your customers. Here's one of your potential customers. Can you see him? Can you see, let's call him Marco. Can you see Marco standing in the piazza here in Florence? And I will help you. Right there he is. And he's on his mobile phone, and he is looking up information. Maybe it is about something that he wants to do. Maybe it's something that he needs to do urgently. Maybe he's booking a flight right there in the piazza, and we don't know. But he needs personal information tailored to him or to his phone. There's also this lady. Can you see her right here in the corner? Her name could be Unju, and she's been traveling and sightseeing. And she too is coming to Florence with a different set of expectations than Luigi, who is probably living here, right? Can you see one of your customers in this picture here? Right here, there's a lady, and she's working in the shop, but maybe she's thinking while she's serving the coffee, how can I buy this product, or how can I get this done, or how can I enhance my life? Or this gentleman who might be already looking and shopping for the Christmas presents for his kids and just stop by for coffee. All these people are on the go. I hardly had time to take a picture, and let's call this gentleman Marco. Marco was gone. He drank his coffee and he was out of the door. And so it is with the attention of people. And when we don't tailor content to their digital devices, be it in a digital form or in an analog form in our retail stores or in our service points, we will lose these customers or their attention. The second point is that a new generation of digital natives is upon us. If you're not familiar with the term digital natives, these are people who are very much at home with digital devices, right? They do most of their work, maybe not on their desktop computer, but on their mobile phone. One of them is my son, and his name is Taylor, and I took him along to one of the conferences, much like this, and he tried out the Oculus device, and he walked through something that one of our partners built, a portal, and he put it on, and he walked through a room in 3D, and after that we exchanged just how it felt for him. He said it was totally natural. After a while, I got dizzy, but it was totally natural for him. And I realized that for him growing up, it's going to be something totally natural and totally normal. And as the iPhone or his mobile devices for him right now, as far as I know, he never really paid or bought a CD in a store. I gave him CDs that he uses on his CD player, but you know what? Most recently, it has been off, and he's been purchasing music on his mobile device. And so we have these digital natives, but we also have the people who built these things for them, right? And they too have different likes and dislikes, different things that they're looking for when they shop or go about their life. And finally, this point is very, very critical to us. When it comes to our business or the enterprise, if we do not target to people eventually, if enterprises or our digital platforms do not become digital machines or digital points where people stay and ultimately engage with the product, it's going to be detrimental to our business. I'm sure you're familiar with this fact that Google, a couple months ago, ranked websites lower if they were not mobile responsive, right? And it's going to be evolving in the future. Maybe the ranking will change in the future based on audience targeting or something else. And of course, in this crowd, I don't need to tell anybody that the Internet of Things is upon us, and we project that by 2020, there will be 40 billion devices connected amongst each other. And so I think the message is, if we don't have a digital strategy for something like that right now, for audience targeting and engaging the user in a very personal way, then we are really in trouble, or could be in trouble soon. Now, what can we do to engage the user? And this is where we talk about audience targeting, and this is where it comes in. What can we actually do? Well, what we can do is build personal marketing campaigns. Now, I'm a marketeer, and so let me quickly define marketing campaigns for you. A marketing campaign is something that helps you to engage with your target audience, to push them down on a thing that's called a funnel. I'm not sure if you know that or not, but you are actually in the middle of one right now if you're thinking about buying things or engaging with services. And you want to send the right information to the right audience at the right time. And what is really important to understand, especially in our culture, in the Western culture right now, but in general, when it comes to customer relationships or client relationships, is the question needs to be answered: who is on stage during this experience? Who is on stage when it comes to your marketing campaign? And it's definitely not your enterprise. You are not in the center. And it will not help anybody if we push out products to people and say, hey, look at our great product, look at what we're doing, look how we can help you. It is the customer. The customer stands on stage, he is at the center of attention, and we need to tailor the messages to him. In the past, like Brian pointed out, it used to only be the website, right? It used to only be the website, and it was very easy. You put it on the website, and here you have it. Customers could find it easily under URL. But nowadays, we have so many different channels that the customer is engaging with. You have mobile, you have social media, you have the desktops, you have advertising, you name it. And the people stand in the center of the attention, and they are somewhere here in this funnel. If you are thinking about where you are right now for, especially, let's say, Christmas presents. You want to buy Christmas presents, and you are thinking about your partner, your wife, your husband, or your children, or your friends, and you want to buy them a certain item. You could really quickly place yourself somewhere here. Either you're just being aware of the item and you heard about it, or you already considered buying it, or you are already converted. That means that you already know where you're going to buy it and how much you're going to pay for it. And all of our customers, it doesn't matter which industry you are in, if you're a bank, or if you're in public sector, if you're a retail person, or if you're coming from an enterprise that delivers goods and ships them everywhere across the world. The question is the same: how can we get our customers to become loyal, and not just loyal, but become an advocate so they recommend your services to others? And so to do this, marketeers or people in marketing build campaigns. And here's a quick overview of a campaign cycle. The first thing that you do in the beginning is you create, right? You create a site, and I want to use our site for Liferay as an example. And this is our homepage. And what people can go do is just access information about the product. But we don't want to just give them general information. We want actually to find out what is most important to them. So as they go to the website, they quickly find out, okay, what really helps me to do my job? So let's say you're in marketing and you want to build a digital business platform, and you're looking how to engage your audience. All the general information on our site is fine. But what you really want is that people download a certain piece of information, that the general information goes in the background, and that something that specifically helps the customer or engages them further becomes clearer and clearer, and then stands in the focus by itself. So let's say you created all these things already. You have a website, and you have specific things that you offer to the customer. Now it comes ready to really publish it and engage the customer with it. So how do we do that? Next to the information on our website and specific things that we have on our website for specific target groups, we also have events. an event like this, you are sitting here right now, congratulations. You probably saw the site either on a mobile or on a desktop, and you registered over it. And so with Liferay, it's very easy to use. You use templates on Liferay, and then you build your landing page. Whatever you want to do there is up to you, and it has then a call to action that helps the customer to take the next step. So let's say you published it already. What do you want to do now? Well, we want to engage with the customer further. Let's say you've been to this event, and now is really the time to tell people what specifically you want them to do next. And this is where we come to audience targeting. All this publishing stuff has been possible in the future, but now you cannot just use a big megaphone and shout it out to the crowd. You can actually select different target groups, different segments, and talk to them specifically. What you do then is to define the segment. Let's say you just want to reach the technical people. Let's say Liferay wants to reach the technical people from the visitors, and we define a profile and we set that up. And this is very easily to do in a digital marketing campaign manager, right? This is a screenshot of it. You can define the segments as needed in the user segment section, and then you say, okay, these people, I want them to see this content. These people, on the other hand, I want them to see something else. And this is very, very easy to do, and this is also very, very easy to connect with your CRM. I think I clicked a little far. So maybe some of you are using Salesforce. We are using Salesforce in our company. And so we can say, connect to the database, pull the information, and then according to the information, tailor the content there. Bring a certain banner up there. And this is where you see it happening. Here on your left, you see a certain banner that shows up for a certain crowd. And we can also do that very, very detailed. Right now, we have a big event coming up in the US. And what the US team has been doing on our site is there's this banner, this ribbon banner on top of it. So when you go on Liferay.com in the US, and you don't see it here in Italy, but when you see it in the US, it checks geolocation. Okay, this is an American customer. And then this ribbon banner comes up on top. But when a person registered, already clicked on it, or didn't click on it for 4 or 5 times, it disappears. So you can really tailor websites, and it's really up to you how much creativity you want to use and how much you want to see. But you can really type in the same URL, and depending on your profile, let's say it's just really easy, male or female, you can show a different website. This is possible today. Now, you guys are sitting there and you're looking at me and you probably are asking yourself the question, is this all? I mean, you've been doing this probably already, and if not, this is not really too exciting. Nowadays, we expect a little bit more. And this is where we come to the really cool things about audience targeting and what we want to do in the future. And this is called multi-channel marketing, right? So you cannot just use these things for your website. You can do these things across different channels. So it doesn't matter if it's your website, if it is mobile, if it is a different channel that you want to use on the mobile device. And I want to quickly really talk about this. And it's called something that we call promotions. Promotions can be set up to create different target things for different channels. Right now, these channels are possible. You can set up promotions or marketing campaigns or promotions for them. For email, you can set them up for mobile app targeted campaigns. So in your mobile app, you get some things. You get push notifications, and you get SMS things sent. Let me really quickly tell you that these things really are easy to do. So you can set up one campaign, right? And you can say promotion 1 goes to audience A, and you send 3 SMSs to them, 4 newsletters, and 1 mobile app. And then you say, for an audience B, I want to just send 2 email newsletters and 6 push notifications over time. How do you do that? You just set it up in the different channels, and each promotion can be launched or scheduled and it can be very personal and very targeted to the segment. Let me really quickly talk about these 4 channels. First, we have the targeted and personal emails, and email, believe it or not, is still king. It's the second most used tool by all adults, right, when it comes to work and private things. And 91% of people who use it, they use it every day. And actually, when you think about it, how do you want new information to be processed? If you meet somebody, or if you say, I want to follow up on that, you will say, please send me an email, or I will send you an email, correct? So email is still king, and you can set up your email campaign, email 1, email 2, email 3, email 4. You can set it up, you schedule it in advance, and then send it out of Liferay. We have targeted SMS campaigns. Now, when I first heard that, I was like, SMS is dead. I mean, with WhatsApp and all the other messaging services, but actually, SMS is a really great marketing tool. And if you use it right, it has a 98% opening rate. 90% of people open an SMS within 3 seconds. And there's an amazing click rate, which means, people, when they open it, oh, I want to see what that means. Is it a service, a promotion, information? I click on that. So it's a really great tool. And again, here, you can just schedule your SMSs according to the campaign, according to the time that you want, according to the user that should get it, and it's there directly on their mobile. We can also do something similar, and it's push notifications. Let me really quickly talk about push notifications in terms of numbers. They also have a really good conversion rates. They're 50% better than email because you are there, and then suddenly something pops up on your mobile, and you see it right away. And it's very flexible. You can make the push notification very small and say, hello, Eddie, good morning. Or you can make it very big, a big text, and show up in different colors, whatever you want on your phone. And again, you just drag and drop this in this menu. There's a drop menu for integrated mobile apps, and then you set up the audience, you set up the app, you set the time, and out it goes in your campaign. And finally, you could make targeted and personal mobile app campaigns. And this is where it gets really interesting. If you have a mobile app in your enterprise, in the past, the reputation was that mobile apps are very, very rigid, right? It's very difficult to get them online, and once they're there, it's really difficult to change. You have to upload a new version, etc. Nowadays, it can be done very, very quickly, directly out of Liferay through the audience targeting app, and you can really just give 2 different things to 2 different users. Let's say on the left, there's a user, a business user, and you want them to have different color, a different banner, and then there's somebody else, a technical user, and you want to send a different message there. This is going to be possible with audience targeting 2.0. Again, it's very easy, as you know from Liferay. There's placeholders in the app, and you can just put the things depending on your target group in there, and it works. Now, once you're done with promoting your campaign, what you want to do is measure it. If it's worth doing, it's worth measuring. And so we have thought about what can we do to really give not just the promotion tools, but also measure what matters to you. And so we came up with these couple things, and I just want to run down very quickly. You can do an audience performance analysis, which means who is your audience and what are they doing? So let's say you sent it to a specific audience, males over 30, right? And you want to compare that to males over 20 and how that campaign performed with them. Maybe you want to compare conversion rates. That means at which point in the customer journey are which conversion rates, right? And you want to compare them from campaign to campaign or even from channel to channel. There's the actual report generation, which means that you can take a look and really see what is going on with my customers right now, in which stage are they, and what do I want to do next. And again, it's quite easy, and I just wanted to show this for you this is quite small, but over here, if we look at it, you can see how the customer progresses. You can see, okay, there's things that he's been engaging with, and then he's slowly getting more and more attention. We're also working on a dashboard where you can just put it all together, and you'll be able to see the metrics that are mattering to you or to your marketing department on one screen. Now, this is possible with this app, and really, it's up to you, especially with OSGI coming. It's up to you to integrate many things and play around with it. But really, the way I see it as a marketeer, sky's the limit when it comes to campaign with audience targeting. Now, we talked about the why, and we talked about the what. Let's really briefly talk about the how. Because, you know, I, as a marketeer, I speak at different events. When people come to me afterwards, they actually tell me that only 30% depends on the technology. And so we talked about technology a lot, right? 30%, a lot of the things are happening. But to be really successful in your project, to be really successful with your marketing campaigns, and these are the other 70%, the big bulk of the project is execution. And so when I will end an inspirational note and give you 3 things really quickly to take it from here. The first thing is I would encourage you to build bridges between teams. Now, traditionally, this crowd here in Italy has been a very technical crowd. And maybe I have lost you 5 minutes into my presentation where you're like, oh, you're talking about marketing and all these buzzwords and campaigns, I don't know. But trust me, these things are really, really important and are highly valuable to your marketing and to your sales department. And if you manage to build teams that cross-functionally can work together on a project in the enterprise, and if you can come with a ready-made solution already to your marketing department and with very, very short execution times, they will love you for it. Let me tell you that I know what I'm talking about here. Number 2 is listen to your customers. I think once you've built a strong team around the project, it is really important to listen, what does the customer actually want? Because a lot of people are not really listening to what customers want. They just want to push the product out and are losing traction in the meantime. And the third, I would like to encourage you, and I think that's not easy for an Italian crowd or people in Italy in general, is bring your energy, right? You want to bring your energy to every project and to everything that you are doing. And I'm not sure if this shows up right. Yeah, to accomplish great things, we must dream as well as act. Everything that I've showed you right now on these slides is really a dream. It's not functionally right now in your organization, but it is possible. And to get there, to take the next step, you must dream as well as act. And I would like to encourage you with this. I think if you take these things and other digital tools that are available to us right now, your best time as an enterprise is yet to come, and you will be able to reach Luigi, you will be able to reach Unju, you will be able to reach Marco and Maria, and you will be able to reach the people that are coming in the next generation while not losing the people that are there right now. And we hope that as Liferay, we can provide you and be of service for that. We're building these tools so you can be successful. And with that, we wish you a great, great time here at the symposium, but also when you go back home and implement these exciting things. Thank you.